guys, Eva here, and I just wanted to show you how cool is the light in my room when I keep my lights open. Yeah, I'm gonna switch on the light, otherwise you won't be able to see well the books. I think we can say that it's a little bit overwhelming and I probably overdone it, like there are too many lights, but it's so cool when I'm in the bed and so cozy. Anyway, I'm gonna switch on the light. Be right back. As promised, lights are on. Today I have my end of the year book haul. I did a few, maybe two book hauls on this channel in the past month, but since then I have erased them. I didn't like them. They were messy. I was a mess, and so I decided to do just one big video. I will probably do one every season or at the end of the year, depending on how many books I'm unhauling. These are all the books that I've accumulated all this year and that I'm getting rid of. I think we are all grown-ups, we are all okay. We know that I love books, I treat them really well even if I don't really like them, and my books, I'm gonna sell them because money is a problem right now in my life, so I'm gonna sell them. They're in perfect conditions and I'm gonna find a new home where they can be loved. These are books that not necessarily I hated, maybe I'm just not interested in keeping them because I will never read them and I will never pass them on, as I didn't love them as many others did or as many will do. So without further ado, let's get into my 2018 Unhaul. There are not too many, so don't worry. So first of all, we have Yes Please by Amy Poehler. Hope I'm not butchering the name. And this is a non-fiction. It's a biography written by Amy Poehler about her life and her career. And she's in Parks and Recs, something like that. Never saw the show. I just loved the format of this book. And she sounded like someone really funny and someone that I would have loved to read about. So I ended up buying this when I was in Bath on holiday, and I read that and it was okay. I think I gave it around 3 stars, but I don't really know her. I don't know her stuff, and she came out a little bit like narcissistic in some places. I don't know. I remember that I didn't love her as much as many others do. I don't know. I just, probably because I don't know her career and so on. So it was just a judgment based on her biography. I read it many years ago, at least 3 years ago. I'm never gonna read this, even if I will end up watching her shows or so on. It's a beautiful book, perfect conditions. It can find a lovely home where it will be really appreciated. Then we have Easy by Tammara Webber, and this is the story of Jacqueline. Jacqueline is saved by Lucas from a rape attempt by a fellow student at the university, and then it's their story and how she deals with this attack and so on. I bought this because it was highly recommended, but I ended up not really liking it. It's been like at least 3 years since I've read this, so I don't remember precisely why, but I do have a Goodreads review, so I can link it down below if you are curious to know why I didn't particularly love this. I think I hated Jacqueline. I couldn't stand her, so I guess that's why I ended up not loving this as much as other people did. But yeah, great conditions. I'm gonna sell my copy, hopefully soon. Then I have The Game of Love and Death by Martha Brockenbrew. And this is, I would call it literally fiction with a slash of fantasy. Basically, love and death make a bet. It's not the first time they do. It's not the first time they bet on two people that they will fall in love. And if death wins, basically one of the two will decide to kill himself or whatever. Decide that they don't belong together or anything. And if love wins, they will end up together. And as of now, as of when this story starts, love has never won. And this takes place in 1940 something, I think around Second World War. The protagonist, one is a white guy and the other one is an African-American girl. And I really liked the writing, but I didn't love it at the end of the day as many more did. And I don't think I will ever read this. It's also a historical fiction, of course. But yeah, so I'm not gonna keep it. It was beautifully written, but not enough for me to hold on to it. It's a pity, I know. Then I've got The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman, and this is a historical fiction slash fantasy. It takes place in Regency era, and basically this girl, she's about to be introduced to society, and then she finds out that she has these kind of powers to banish demons. It's a little bit complicated the way it works, and what I didn't like was the actual fighting, how they fight these demons. I thought it was a little bit ridiculous. So I ended up not really liking this. I probably gave it 3 stars. It was really slow and kind of boring for me. This is just my opinion. Not gonna continue with the series. If I want, I can find them in the library, and this book can find a new lovely home. So yeah. Then I've got Maybe Someday by Colin Hoover. I read this book a couple of years ago. It was okay. Gave it probably 3 stars, whatever. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I don't think I need to hold on to it. Plus I think this cover is really ugly. Colin Hoover is a hit or miss for me. I don't know. I just end up being meh with her books, and it was okay. I probably give it even 4 stars, I don't remember, but yeah, definitely not gonna reread this. Before I keep going with the books, I have 3 comics that I'm gonna get rid of so far, and these are My Little Monsters by Robico Volume 1. I'll show you some of the art. I liked these. I remember the art was really good, although I didn't absolutely love it. And since mangas are really expensive and it's a really long series and there is an anime adaptation I can watch, I'm just gonna do that. I'm not gonna buy all the volumes in the series. I didn't love it enough for me to justify spending a lot of money on this series. So yeah, it's gonna find a new home. And then we have Inux Bokus by Koko Fujiwara. DNF'd this one. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. No. I show you some of the art, which is pretty, so the art's not a problem. This is about this girl that goes to live in this exclusive block of flats where each tenant has a bodyguard, and it comes with renting the place. The bodyguard that she ends up with is this guy. He's so freaking annoying. He's like, I am at your service 24 hours. You can treat me like shit. I'm okay with it. I will do everything you want. I live to serve. And when she says, yeah, I don't really need you, I don't want your services, so you're free to go, he just takes out this katana out of the blue and he says, then just kill me because I live to serve you. I live for you. And he has just met her and he's like so in love with her, and he just compliments her all the time. I couldn't do it. I was like, take that freaking katana and just cut his head off, please. So yeah, I decided that I was better if I just left it, and yeah, no, it's gonna find a new home. And then sadly, I'm gonna sell my copy of Harley Quinn Volume 1, Hot in the City, and this is by Amanda Conner, Jimmy Palmiotti, Chad Hardin, and blah blah blah. And this is you see, new take on Harley Quinn. I loved the art. It was really good. But again, graphic novel series are really expensive, and these days money are, as I said, a problem. So I'm not gonna buy the other volumes just because I didn't love this volume as much as I thought. I love the idea of Harley Quinn. I loved her as a character, although I found that when it's done in comics books, I mean, this comic book at least, I found her a little bit like dumb and not like crazy, which would be fine. I found her a little bit like stupid. And so she kind of annoyed me a little bit, and maybe it's just her character. So since I'm a newbie, when it comes down to superheroes and anti-heroes and so on, maybe I just love the idea more than the actual character. I don't know. I will stick with movies, or maybe I will try one day other formats. I love the idea of her, but I didn't love this, and it's gonna find a new home where it can be loved because this is like new. So Then I'm gonna get rid of 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, and this is the international bestseller. There is a Netflix show based on this, which is better than the book. So if you have to choose between the two, just watch the TV show. Season 1, I've not watched. Season 2, not heard great things on Season 2. So anyway, this is about this girl that she decides to kill herself. And when she decides to do that, she leaves 13 tapes for the 13 people that played a role in her decision of killing herself. And I didn't like many things about this book. I think I have a Goodreads review. I could be wrong. If I have, I'll link it down below. I think the main issue was that I didn't think that someone who committed suicide would do such a thing, and the way she was portrayed and the reasons to commit suicide, I didn't really find them really believable. How they were done in the book, I could be wrong. This could be totally believable and really like many other stories out there. I thought just that if someone decided to take their life, they would behave really differently. It's not about getting revenge. Usually when someone commits suicide, they don't go about taking revenge on the other people. It's all about themselves and their pain. So yeah, anyway, I don't want to go on a tangent here. Getting rid of this. Then I'm gonna get rid of The Kind Worth Killing. This is by Peter Swanson. I enjoyed this. It was okay. Didn't blow my mind as people predicted or as it did for other people. So I'm not gonna hold on to it. I don't even remember much of what happens. I do remember a few things, but yeah, I think someone said that thrillers are the least rereadable books because if you have a good memory, and usually I do. I don't know why in this case I don't remember half of the things that happened, but if I think about it, I think I will remember. Anyway, I have a good memory in general, and if I get to the end of the book and now I know who the culprit is, who the killer is, and so on, what's going on, I will probably never read it. Although I keep them, some of them, because I like to pass them on to other people, or I just like to keep them for sentimentality value. So I keep them, a few of them, but I don't need to keep all of them. On this note, I also I already sold The Couple Next Door by Sherry LaPena. Liked it, gave it like 3 stars, 3.5 stars, but never gonna reread it. And yeah, so I sold it. I said same things that goes for this one. The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. Read this 3 years ago maybe. This is kind of dystopian, post-apocalyptic, about this girl that she is held in this place, and this military place basically, and we don't know what's going on with her. I don't want to spoil anything, of course, but yeah, this is not my genre, and although I thought it was innovative for the genre, it's not enough for me to keep it. I don't really care. I didn't even watch the movie. It's just not my cup of tea. All the things in it are not my cup of tea, although even as a not fan of a genre, I appreciated the thought that went into it and the plot. It was good. It's just not for me. So it's me, not you, case. This is controversial. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, and this is about World War II, and it takes place during a few years, I think. You follow a couple of protagonists that comes from really different background, and they live the war in very different ways, and one of those characters is blind. This is beautifully written, and I did like this. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. However, I didn't love it as so many other people did. I don't know why. I didn't. I'm so sorry. And I recognize how beautifully written and what kind of powerful story it is. I still remember the end, so it had an impact on me. I don't feel like keeping it. I want to reread it, and I think it's such a nice book that deserves all the love that it's not gonna come for me because it's not my genre. As I said, historical fiction, when it comes down to World War II, for me it's kind of like impossible to find one that I loved. So far I've not found a single one that I really loved. Yeah, unfortunately this didn't make the cut, but yeah, it's a beautiful book, beautiful condition. It's going. Then I've got On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves, and this is a new adult contemporary, and this is about this teacher that goes on a trip with one of her pupils, and the plane crashes, and her and this guy which at the beginning of this book he's like underage, like 14 or something like that, 15. They ended up stranded on this island and they have to survive relying on each other, and then you can imagine, right? Yeah, I didn't love it as much as many others do. I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. So yeah, it's going. I bought these used, so I might donate these as it's not in perfect conditions. And lastly, the most controversial one, I'm gonna get so much hate for these. I am ready. Listen, it's just, I didn't love it, okay? So get angry, unsubscribe, whatever, you know what I mean. I'm getting rid of Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Yes, I didn't like this book, and this is a really unpopular opinion. I thought about keeping it just to mention it when it comes down to unpopular opinion. I do know about video games. I do play video games. I do know references from the 80s, even if I was born in the 90s. Say that, it's just okay. This is a 3 stars book for me. I didn't hate it by any means. I didn't love it by any means. So I'm not gonna keep it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna reread this. I really liked the movie. I thought it worked so much better in the movie for me. It was a nice movie. If I want, I will rewatch the movie. I will never reread this, and no, I don't need to keep it just to keep it up when I'm doing some tags videos or something. It's in beautiful conditions. As I said, I treat all my books really nicely, even if I don't love them, and it can find a home where it will be loved and where people will get crazy over it, as all the internet seems to be. These are not all the books that I got rid of during 2018. Some of them I already sold. I've sold around 5 in the last couple of months, so those books are not here, of course, to show you. But I don't even remember their title, apart from one I sold, the couple next door that I already mentioned, and also before that I had sold Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit by Jeanette Winterson. I read a biography by Jeanette Winterson that from the library that I really loved, and that I'm gonna buy and keep for myself. But Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit, I didn't love it so much. And I think that's it. No, actually there is one in my wrap up for this month. Wait. I'm also selling my Lady Jane by hand, Ashton Meadows, but not entirely the true story. And this is a historical fiction with some fantasy element. It's a retelling of the story of Jane Grey, who was queen for 9 days, and they took history and they retold it in not a really truthful way, which was totally fine. This was quite funny, but quite ridiculous as well. I just super long, boring. This was boring. Sorry, another unpopular opinion. I'm not gonna keep this, I'm gonna sell it. Okay, I think by now many of you will hate my guts, but yeah, those are the books that I am getting rid of. I promise I'm not gonna do another haul with all these books, so you and me, we will never see these books again on my channel and in my house, hopefully very soon. Thank you for watching. If you're new, I would love for you to subscribe, so hit the button down below. I will link down my Goodreads review for some of these books if I have them. I hope you have a good day or night, depending on where you are, and I'll see you next time. Ciao!